I'm sure you're curious on how to be a millionaire, but not only that, and how simply a cup of coffee in your life can get you to that goal. Today we'll be looking at how to reach that millionaire goal with simply just a cup of coffee. So simply, the average cost of a cup of coffee is roughly $4 around the United States, and the average retirement age is 65. These two variables are very important because you gotta understand when we want to hit that $1 million goal, which is right around that retirement age, and then how much that cup of coffee is costing us in our day to day lives. Alright, time to look at how that cup of coffee is going to make you a millionaire. So there is roughly 260 business days within a year. And usually people buy a coffee in the morning or they buy some lunch, something that usually costs about $4 throughout their day. That's expendable cash that they really don't need to be spending. So we're going to say you take that $4 a day that you're spending on coffee or whatever it is, you're going to put inside of a savings account. Usually the best savings account that you can find out there have about a 1% return. So if we were to do that every single day for those 260 days, we should end up with $10,050. That's with that interest taken in on your savings account after year one. Now, if we were to keep doing that the same way for 10 years, we should have about 12 grand in our account. No single amount of money just sits on a bank account just because you're not drinking coffee or eating McDonald's. Even helping yourself live a healthier lifestyle. Now, so I'm age 22, and so in 43 years I'll be age 65, which is that retirement age. And at that age, if I were to drink coffee every morning or not eat McDonald's, I should have over 57 grand in my bank account in that savings account due to compounding interest and me continuously adding that $4 a day during those business days. Well, to get that million mark that we really, really want to hit, we would have to do that for 236 years. I don't know if any of us will ever live that long, and obviously none of us want to wait that long to hit the $1 million mark because we probably will never get to experience it, and our even grandkids might experience it, and that's not essentially what we want. So there is a better way, still using that cup of coffee. So what if we invested that money instead of letting it sit inside that savings account, which is actually losing us money due to inflation rate at 2%, which is a whole percent higher than the best savings account interest out there. In this scenario, we'll still use the 260 business days. We're still using the $4 cup of coffee. But in this scenario, let's sit inside of a savings account. We're using a mutual fund or index funds. Both of them use groups of stocks. Index funds would be like your S&P 500, Dow Jones type of indexes, while mutual funds could vary in risk and size and what they are. But their returns are roughly 12% a year, much higher than the 1% coming off of the savings account. Now, when we look at this, after 1 year, we get $1,100, which is just barely more than the savings account. And people don't like the risk of stocks. They don't like the volatility of stocks, and it's scary. It's a scary world to them, even though it shouldn't be, and it's not. Once you do some research and get into it, finding a 12% year return on average is not hard. You just gotta spend maybe an hour or so and you can find them, I promise. Now, after 10 years, if we were to do it this way, putting the $4 in and letting it sit and compound interest in our mutual fund, not ever touching it, letting it ride the recessions and letting it ride the booms, you end up with about 22 grand after 10 years, which is significantly more than since I'm a savings account. Now, at the year 43, when I am age 65, just putting that $4 in consistently and let it just sit there, I'll have $1.3 million. There's your millionaire mark. That's your million mark. And it's actually exceeding it, and it's growing exponentially. And that's simply putting $4 a day in. And I'm not even stock trading to do that. I simply find an account and I look at its history and seeing that it has a 12% return on average and it's beating the S&P 500, and I invest in it and I ride it and I don't panic and I don't get greedy. You just let it go. And that's how you become a millionaire, is being patient and being consistent. It's not hard. It doesn't take luck. It just takes patience and discipline. Now, let's look at the significant difference. After year one, there's like no difference. $114. For some people, that's just a day of work. For some people, that's a day and a half of work. It's not significant. For a whole year's worth of saving, that's a whole year without going without a Big Mac or Starbucks coffee. And that's rough for some people to cut things out for that little of gain. But trust me, the patience pays off. After 10 years, there's a 10 grand difference. You can buy a car with simply not drinking coffee. Now, this is where it gets really cool. So, in 43 years, at the retirement age of 65, you will have gained a difference of $1.2 million. That's the difference between a savings account and an index fund. And I promise you, index funds are not risky. I mean, you can look it up. There are higher risk analysis within them, but when you look historically at them, they are not that risky compared to individual stocks, which require higher amounts of management skills and data analysis to handle, which we will go over in later videos on how to do those. But simply buying the simple basic funds, being disciplined, being patient, and being determined will get you there. It's not impossible. It's not hard. Just cut out something in your life that you do every day or you do every week that's the equivalent of $4 a day that you could live without. That could be not eating out once a month. Because some people spend $100 on a dinner once a month. And if you were to do that and just put that in there instead in the investing account, you will still get this return. You will still get this outcome. Just find where you're wasting money and put it away and be patient, because I promise it'll grow. The sooner you start, the sooner you will see results and the sooner you can bank on it and profit. Because you don't essentially need $1 million in your bank account to retire. You really need that passive income coming from your stocks, coming from your mutual funds, flowing into your bank account that you want to live off of, because that essentially becomes your income. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you guys get started with this and you learn something, and this helps you get determined with saving that $4 and make you think about that Starbucks coffee you're going to get tomorrow morning. All right. Have a great day. Read a book and stay with it and be disciplined.